in Whistling Straits.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live first-round coverage of the Charity Invitational.
Great start.
Yeah, this is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough.
Hitting me, man.
Not the best shot, this one in the rough, but still will have a play from there. Frank, what's the best way to get at the golf ball when it's sitting down just a bit in the rough?
You have to accept the fact first and foremost that you're not going to get clean contact. So you have to decide whether the ball's going to come out short or it's going to fly.
Barely fits the ball.
Because very rarely will it come out the normal distance of what you hit on the fairway. So if it's a little thin and wispy, chances are it might fly. If it's nestled down, you're going to have to take at least another club.
Great shot coming out of that bunker right there.
Showing some skills today.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Well, not in contention, but in for par. Frank, another great example of links golf. It's not a particularly long hole, but there is trouble if you hit it offline.
Yeah, there's a bunker down there at about 280 yards.
Are you
that has
serious?
To be avoided. Only the long hitters or perhaps the wind behind your back is the reason to take that bunker on.
How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck. This has no chance of finding the fairway. This is turning left.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Putting all of his talents on display here from the rough, and he knocks it really close. Beautiful shot. So just getting started, even par so far. Back to the tee box here on hole number 3, and there are a few club selection decisions that come into play on this first shot, Frank.
There is. The reason why there's a burn that cuts through from the 16th hole all the way across the golf course through the middle of the third. And that stops, or should I say starts, at about 285 yards. That really has to be at the forefront of your mind.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time that one gets him in the top 10.
And we pick up action at the 4th. As we catch up with today's featured golfer, Frank, what's the key to generating some momentum?
Just hitting good shots. I know it sort of sounds like the old cliche, but plenty of opportunities. A few 10, 15-foot putts start going down. This round will change dramatically. Oh, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it?
Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Frank, this one's going too far left, it looks like.
Yeah, it was fine there for a little while, but if it keeps going left, it's doomed.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Get down. Lay down. Well, that one didn't work out. Didn't look bad in the air. It hit the green, but didn't sit.
Yeah, it was never going to stop.
Pretty good shot right there.
Right on the analog stick at all.
Getting set now over the putt. Stays at 1 under with that par. Now to the par 3 fifth. Frank, what are you trying to do here?
Really, anything on this green is going to give you a birdie putt. So allow for the bounce and roll. Just avoid those 3 bunkers on the left and that short one right.
On. Why is it?
Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. So with that, the score is now at even par. All right, Frank, how about the 6th hole, long par 5?
Yeah, 3 bunkers off the tee. Avoid those. But if you hit a good one, certainly reachable.
Oh, my God. How'd that go straight? What? How did I went way right with the analog stick and went straight, but I hardly ever go left, and the thing just shoots 90
Second
miles
from an
left.
excellent lie.
Look at
Frank, this one is veering
the other one
far
was
to the
worse
left,
than that.
and it is not looking like a good lie.
That other one was way worse than that right. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Playing a par 5, Frank, what happened on that 3rd shot?
Yeah, it's a poor decision. But, well, hopefully he can eradicate that from the memory banks and really knuckle down on this. Do not want to drop a shot or make 6 here. Rich, that was some shot out of the rough. I really didn't think he could even get that on the green.
Well, just to get it on the green, as you say, I think is a big win. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. Ball's teed up, ready to fly here at the 7th.
Yeah, it's a slight elevated tee, so you see all the problems in front of you. A couple of bunkers down the left, 2 down the right, but it's links golf, so you know where you've got to go. That's in between.
Dude. There's no way I can be going that left every single time.
Missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough.
Remember, out of the rough.
There's no
Expect the
way.
ball to jump forward a little bit.
Well, that's why on this golf course, Frank, there is a premium on hitting fairways.
You're exactly right. Might be also protecting against a fly, but that did anything other than fly. Well, he's taking the right side out of play, Rich. It looks a little left.
Coming out of the rough, not able to control it the way he wants. Locked in on the read and the speed. Oh, I thought he had that.
That was a good run at it, Rich. Even par, currently.
Oh my God. Come on.
Now, that really hurts, Frank. Missing the bogey putt.
Yeah, now time to get the handkerchief. Double bogey coming up.
So, 2 over par for the round. Frank, the 8th hole, it is one of the most famous in the world, the little postage stamp par 3.
Yeah, the front part of this green's the widest, Rich. Then it starts to narrow up. So you never know. Maybe going a little lower if you're going to go towards the back of the green. But really, if you're going to air, you want to air on that first third, first half of the screen.
Yeah, you don't want to come in too hot and roll it off the back. Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Well, that ball nestled down just a bit in that heavy rough. Frank, here we go again. Another shot from the rough.
Yeah, let's see if he learned his lesson.
In the thick stuff.
Thick? It's brutal out there. Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Time to just pick up and move on to the next hole. Frank, the ninth hole, 423 yards, not especially long by today's standards. You looking to make birdie here, or you happy to make a par and move on to the back nine?
Well, there's certainly a chance for birdie. One of the hardest things about the ninth is the raised green. And it's sort of, there's two tiers here, just the top level. If that pin is on the top level, then you would certainly walk away with 4 very happily.
This is the second shot at the par 4.
This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Frank, that was a pretty tough lie out of the rough there.
Yeah, it made that actually a little easier than what it really is. It would have been too easy to try and bite off more than you can chew. So give him a pat on the back for that.
Back in the fairway. Played very poorly on the front, but still a chance to get it back here on the back nine.
Yeah, this is where you just simply have to eradicate what's been. You know, golf is that game of keep doing what's in front of you. Keep moving, one step at a time.
They'll be pretty happy with that 290-yard poke off the tee. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Well, how do you like that? He's holding. Just a phenomenal play right there. Frank, please tell me that I'm not supposed to aim at the gorse on the left side here at 11.
Oh, yes, you do, Rich. But you better keep that ball in the air, and it better stay in the air for a long time. That's the line to the fairway. This is a long par 4.
Good lie in the fairway. A good chance to make something happen here. Frank, the Open Championship will be played at Royal Troon in 2016. It was first played back in 1923. What was first prize then?
A mere 75 pounds, so that equates to about 150 US dollars. And just to give you an idea, the last time they played there, Rich, was back in 2004 when Todd Hamilton beat Ernie Els. He got a whopping 720,000 pounds. That's right, nearly $1.5 million.
The money's nice, but every player would tell you, Frank, it is still all about that claret jug.
It is, and that's actually suited the Americans because since 1962, they've been to Troon 6 times, and 6 times the victor has been American.
Back here on the bonny shores of Scotland at Royal Troon Golf Club with just a wee breeze, as they say over here, Frank. On the tee at the 12th.
A hole that bends to the right, gorse right and left. There's a bit of a mound and rough down the right side. That has to be avoided.
Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait. And at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
That was a solid strike and a good result. Not a gimme, but well within his range. All right, hanging in. That's a par and 4 over. And now the tee shot here at the 472-yard par 4 13th.
A hole that bends to the right, ideally hit it down the left side, and then you're playing to a raised two-tiered green.
He in the fairway here at the 13th. Now playing the second here at the par 4. Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Wow, what a shot. Doesn't even need the putter. Frank, on paper, 13 seems pretty straightforward, but it's not that simple, is it?
No, very stringent tee shot. Gorse right and left, plus a little sort of mound with some rough on down the right side. So really, you've got to hit the ball down, not just the fairway, but the left side of the fairway.
Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. Frank, I don't recognize this guy right now.
Yeah, that ship was sinking, but it looks like he's an
You get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run. Frank, now at the 15th, and how hard is this par 4?
The key really is to get the ball on the fairway here. Avoid those 3 bunkers, because this is one of the flattest greens on the golf course. Get the ball on the green here. Any putt's makeable. Yeah, that was a little over-ambitious.
He'll need to be strong with this.
Common thread here. Rough, rough, rough.
Wrong way again. Frankie's managed to hit it in the rough yet again.
Yeah, this is hard to imagine. You know, the fairways aren't that narrow today. Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there.
Well, Rich, it's been a disaster until this point, but there's an escape clause. If he can make bogey from here, that'll be some doing, something to be proud of.
Look, feel actually pretty good. Sometimes you see players walk off a hole with a little bounce in their step, even after a bogey, because they've had to work hard for it. 3 over for the day. Now the lone par 5 on the back 9, the 16th, and while you might be thinking birdie here, you may want to think again. What are the options off the tee, Frank?
Well, really, there's only one option, and that's keep it short of that burn, which is 280 yards. So that makes that 540 yards play that much longer. Rich, not only is that a good drive, that is a perfect lie. Look at the way in which that ball is sitting up.
That's the kind of lie that puts you in a really good mood. You can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish. But, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
This is a good-looking shot. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Locked in on the read and the speed. Starting to climb back at +2. +17th here at Royal Troon. This is a very strong par 3, isn't it, Frank?
Well, if rabbits have teeth, then this is why it's called rabbit. Very, very strong par 3. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. That shot does finish up on the green, but it sets up for a very difficult putt. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
These putts keep the round together. So, with that, 3 over par now for the round. Frank, at the 1989 Open Championship, Greg Norman was in great position in that playoff with Mark Calcavecchi, and I believe it was Wayne Grady. What happened to Norman?
Well, he started off tremendous in the playoff. The playoff was 1, 2, 17, and 18. He birdied the first and the second hole. Missed the 17th green just on the left. Took 3 from the edge, which allowed Calcavecchi and Wayne Grady back in. Then took driver up off 18. It bounced just 1 hop too far and found that bunker on the right side. And of course, the rest was history, and Mark Calcavecchi was crowned the Open champion.
And Great White Sharks so often so unlucky at major championships. Frank, that was a pretty good shot right there.
Yeah, he's done well to minimize the damage.
Been a little too much of that, Frank, just sort of ho-hum pars. Don't forget, second round coverage coming your way tomorrow here on EA Sports. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today it's live second round coverage of the Charity Invitational. Located in Troon, Scotland, founded in 1878, Royal Troon Golf Club playing host to the Open Championship 8 times and is slated to host its 9th major championship in 2016. I'm Rich Lerner for EA Sports. Alongside me today, my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. Frank, you've played in the Open Championship on a couple of occasions here at Royal Troon. It's a golf course that features some breathtaking scenery, and it can also serve up some breathtaking golf.
True links golf course, Rich. Relatively soft start can certainly lull you into that false sense of security, and then the golf course really starts to open up. That homeward 9, often coming back into a prevailing breeze, is very much a stern test.
Frank, I'm sure it feels good to get some red numbers on the card, but this tournament is probably too far out of reach at this point.
Good question.
And ready to tee off here at the par 4, 391-yard second.
It's not overly long. The biggest priority for the players is just avoiding the bunkers, all 11 of them, whether it be with your tee shot or the second hole. But at that modest length, it is very much a birdie hole.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Should be safely on deck.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
That was not a very good read right there. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Good effort and good par putt. Frank, looking at the third, what are the sort of key decisions that you have to make?
There's 2 bunkers down the left. They're not really the issue. They're the burn. That's about 285 yards. This is not a hole, really. You just take the driver out and swing away. Just something that stays up short of that. It's just going to leave you a short iron in.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
Birdie try up next. Just want to nestle this one down to within a couple of feet. This one has a good line. Oh, dude, that. What a putt. Here's the first par 5 on the golf course. It's the 4th hole. Frank, how good of a scoring opportunity is this?
Certainly one of the best opportunities on the front side. There's 3 bunkers, but really the one that you focus on is the one on the right. If you can carry that, that's certainly the one to take on, because that ball will kick a lot further down the fairway. And sometimes you can be left with just a mid-iron into this green.
How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
That'll be from about 90 yards away. Just a bit offline.
Yeah, the hard work's coming up now, though. It's a long way away.
This is a really long putt. Difficult birdie opportunity.
Well, I thought they'd at least pick up a shot. Birdie looked like a sitter. Now at par.
Shouldn't be a problem here. He takes care of business there.
Solid stroke.
On to the 5th hole now, Frank, and this is really where the old course starts to test the golfers. It's just over 200 yards. You happy with a par 3 here?
You are. This is one of the toughest shots, certainly on the outward 9. There's 4 bunkers of this par 3. You don't really worry about the one that's short left, but the one just on the front right of the green is the biggest concern. You've either got to go around it or carry it.
And he's made the green. Just a couple of feet. Has his par. Well, Frank, typically when you step up to a par 5, you're thinking birdie, maybe even eagle. But this is 601 yards, a behemoth. It's long, and you can get punished for a mistake here, can't you?
It used to be the longest par 5 on the Open Championship rotor. But remember, there's humps and hollows that can always be used in your advantage. To your advantage. If you aim it down the right side, the ball normally kicks back towards the middle of the fairway. So that's the side to be aiming on. This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. That's a bit offline in the rough.
Rich, with a lie like that in the rough, you're going to get too much grass between club face and ball. You're going to have to adjust for that and at least take a club or 2 more.
Frank, this one's offline.
There's rough and thick stuff over there.
Pretty good result right there, considering
It looked rough all the way.
Exactly.
Rich, really did.
didn't fare too well on this hole yesterday. Made a bogey. Did the job right there. Frank, we're moving inland now to the 7th hole. It's a 405-yard par 4. What's ahead?
Little dog leg to the right. A couple of bunkers right on the corner of it. So once again, check the breeze and somehow find that fairway.
They'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. He needs this for par. That's costly right there.
Painful.
Frank, it has been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey. Now the 8th hole, and if the wind permits, you can take some extra club, sort of get it up in the air and land it softly on the green. I guess the last thing you want is to come in hot and roll it off this postage stamp green.
Well, you really don't want that ball going right either. Those 2 bunkers down the right side are the deepest ones, and they must be avoided.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Headed for home and in. What a tremendous putt. Frank, how does the front 9 finish up with this par 4?
Well, the par 4 ninth is called the Monk. It's not overly long, 423 yards, dogleg to the right. Just 1 bunker down the left to be avoided.
Well, that sets up well for a chance at the green here at the 9th. Second shot, good look at the green.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club. Oh, that was solid, Rich. This one's safely on.
These putts keep the round together. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts.
It went from bad to worse, and right now, horrible.
What do they say, Frank? Golf spelled backwards is
Flog.
flog. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Either misjudged the win or simply just pulled the wrong club, Frank.
Going to take some skill now.
Oh, without a doubt, that will be on the highlight reel later tonight. Excellent shot. Frank, you come to an Open Championship and you expect to hear the term gorse. You see it here on the 11th hole. If you do end up in the gorse, what can you possibly do to get out?
Well, anything you can. A lot of the times it's an unplayable lie, but if you remember back 2004, Ernie Els tried to play a ball when it was suspended about 3 feet off the ground and managed to flick it out of the sort of the thorny gorse.
On the green and looking at a birdie opportunity. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? This one has a chance, and he has it. Beautiful putt. Back here at the 12th, and this is a hole that heads back towards the water. You might not see your tee shot land over the ridge in the middle of the fairway here, Frank, so what's the best strategy?
Well, it's called the fox, and you have to be cunning like a fox here. This one has a slight bend to the right, and a little like the previous hole, this is another fairway that certainly requires your best tee shot.
Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Very nicely done, right on the dance floor. This one just requires a little bit of focus. good, solid par right there. Frank, break down the par 4 13 for us.
Another par 4 that bends to the right. Lots of undulation on this fairway. This is the first of 6 straight holes that head in the direction of the clubhouse.
Good contact, good result. That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. This is the second shot at the par 4. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
Looks like he just misread that. So a tester from 4 feet. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Heading for home now, Frank, the par 3 14, just under 180 yards. What's the key here?
Well, it's rather narrow at the front there. There's 3 bunkers, but it's the second 2 that you really worry about that narrow the front of the screen up. Plus, the front is slightly raised, so ideally you want it to fly it more towards the middle where it starts to widen up.
Frank, it's a hard game to play from the high grass.
And that's where he's been more often than not today. I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week, just a few too many pars. At the 15th, this par 4 is over 480 yards.
The key here really is the 3 bunkers, 2 on the left, 1 on the right. 260 yards gets you past that. If you find the fairway here, then you don't have to worry about the 3 bunkers that are short of this green.
Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag. Second from an excellent lie. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie.
It's at sneaky distance.
All right, good putt.
The rhythm of that stroke. Didn't try and bash it in the back.
Frank, here's the only par 5 on the back 9 at Royal Troon.
You'd think at 542 yards it would be reachable, but the burn that cuts across really limits the tee shot to about 280 yards. So it's very much about placing that second shot in a good distance for your third.
In the 1997 Open Championship here at Royal Troon, you played with Tiger Woods in the 3rd round. What did he do at this 16th hole?
He hit a driver for his second shot into a head breeze from about 270 yards. Managed to get it on the green, then knocked it in from about 45 feet for eagle.
You knew he was something special back then, didn't you?
Yeah, he was the only one that even tried that shot.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Little redemption chance here, had bogey yesterday. In for birdie. 17th here at Royal Troon. This is a very strong par 3, isn't it, Frank?
Well, if rabbits have teeth, then this is why it's called rabbit. Very, very strong par 3. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole. Don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Pretty good shot right there. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Finally, the 18th at Royal Troon. History, skill, nerves, bunkers, of course, and the clubhouse Frank, they all come into play on this final hole.
Yeah, 3 bunkers down the left. It's not a case of hitting past those, it's avoiding them. And then if you avoid it too far to the right, there's one nicely placed about 300 yards off the tee that'll catch you there. So there's somehow you've got to craft a tee shot to miss all 4 of those bunkers.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Well, that's not the way you wanted to start out the backside here.
Yeah, you can't afford from inside 10 feet. You feel like you have to make those, and I mean, they really sting when they miss.
Good roll. Third round coverage comes your way tomorrow on EA Sports. For Frank Nobilo and our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Charity Invitational. Frank, through the years, there have been some great winners at the Open Championship played at Royal Troon.
Well, just in recent history, remember Mark Kalkovecchia in the playoff with Wayne Grady and Greg Norman. There was also Todd Hamilton when he beat Ernie Els in the 4-hole playoff. And back in 1996, Justin Leonard was to win his Open Championship.
Tom Watson also won an Open Championship here. Tom Weiskopf, his only major, that was 1973. The great Arnold Palmer, Bobby Locke, they all won at Royal Troon. So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. 110 yards now for the second shot.
Well, he's taking the right side out of play, Rich. It looks a little left.
Coming out of the rough, not able to control it the way he wants. Trying to make yet another birdie. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Nothing wrong with that par putt. And ready to tee off here at the par 4, 391 yards second.
Yeah, it's not overly long. The biggest priority for the players is just avoiding the bunkers. All 11 of them, whether it be with your tee shot or the second hole. But at that modest length, it is very much a birdie hole.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. So on the putting surface and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Well, that was a good looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
And getting ready for the putt. He's made it. Now at the third hole here at Royal Troon, and Frank, another sort of short par 4, just 379 yards.
Yeah, simplicity's the key here, Rich. You don't really want to hit the ball more than 280 yards. Reason why is there's a burn there. And then from there, still only a wedge into a green that has 2 tiers.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Pretty good shot. That ball settles in about 13 feet away.
You'd like to think unlucky for some, but birdie putt coming up. That might go unnoticed, Rich, but that birdie just sneak inside the top 15.
Hole number 4, Frank, can you cut the corner on the tee shot on this dog leg right par 5?
Well, Rich, you have to guarantee you can carry the ball at least 280 yards. That bunker that protects that side is the big problem if you go down the right.
No troubles there. Right in the fairway here at the 4th. Now the second shot to the par 5. Ready for his third shot. Needs to hit this close. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie.
Chance for back-to-back. A few more birdies like that, Rich, you never know, just might sneak place on the podium.
In the top 10 right now. On to the 5th hole now, Frank, and this is really where the old course starts to test the golfers. It's just over 200 yards. You happy with a par 3 here?
You are. This is one of the toughest shots, certainly on the outward 9. There's 4 bunkers of this par 3. You don't really worry about the one that's short left, but the one just on the front right of the green is the biggest concern. You've either got to go around it or carry it.
See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Looks like he just misread that. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Now to the 601-yard behemoth par 5, 6th hole. You can pay the steep price here, Frank, for a mistake.
You can. You can't reach this green with your tee shot, so there's no reason to even try. A good drive, if it bounds down the right side and will eventually go left, would perhaps give you a chance to reach this par 5 and 2. But this is one tee shot to concentrate on.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Frank, just a beautiful day out there today, but there are some challenges.
Yeah, those tricky winds up there, you've really got to focus on exactly how strong it is and what direction, because it's very easy to make the mistake of hitting the wrong club out here. Make a mistake with the wrong club choice, even a good swing is not going to get rewarded. Safely on the dance floor.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Always love to hear the sound of the bottom of the cup. Moving inland now, Frank, the par 4 7th hole. Do you even think about carrying those bunkers on the right?
Not really, Rich. You're trying to work that ball off the left side, because if you get caught up on the hills there on the right, then all of a sudden you can start making 5s, 6s, and all sorts of weird and wonderful numbers.
That was just a beautiful drive. He hit it solid and right in the middle. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
We just saw a player in total control of what he's doing. Didn't miss a green in regulation all day long. Just 5 feet left.
One more birdie, and now tied for the lead.
And what happened here in 1973?
The old squire, Gene Sarazen himself, made an ace.
He was 71 years old playing his final Open.
This looks like it's going to find the target. I think if we stretch the tape, Rich, we might get to 29 feet.
Didn't fare too well on this hole yesterday. Made a bogey. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Could use this. A putt for par. Par here's fine, isn't it, Frank? Frank, how does the front nine finish up with this par 4?
Well, the par 4 ninth is called the Monk. It's not overly long, 423 yards, dogleg to the right. Just one bunker down the left to be avoided.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
So, Frank, a perfect lie right here. And now this gives him a chance to take the next step, which is get after this hole location.
Yeah, so many more options now. And basically, it's just going to come down to club selection now. This is absolutely perfect. This is one where he can get a reward from.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Just a tap in to finish the hole.
That's a good par given the situation.
Still tight, still close. Getting set for the back nine here at Royal Troon. Frank, break down the 10th.
Little dogleg to the left, blind tee shot. Fairway starts to run out about 290 yards, so you've got to be cognizant of that.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. So this is where club selection becomes much more important. Uphill, make sure you have enough stick, and then swing away. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Solid play, heart of the green. In for par. Frank, this 11th hole can be a real bear. Even the Golden Bear knows that.
Yeah, just to remind him, in his rookie year in 1962, he made a whopping 11. Now, I can't remember the last time I heard Jack Nicklaus made double figures on one hole.
And so maybe a bogey 5 or even a double bogey 6. Not so bad. Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. He's going to have to find something, Frank, other than the rough.
Yeah, there's hitting it right and there's hitting it left, but when you've got to go out of both barrels, the game becomes hard.
How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a master class in short game.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Back here at the 12th, and this is a hole that heads back towards the water. You might not see your tee shot land over the ridge in the middle of the fairway here, Frank, so what's the best strategy?
Well, it's called the fox, and you have to be cunning like a fox here. This one has a slight bend to the right, and a little like the previous hole, this is another fairway that certainly requires your best tee shot. Off the flight path again.
Not enough on that one.
He just seemed to baby it.
That's how you keep a round going, make them from that distance. And now the tee shot here at the 472-yard par 4 13th.
A hole that bends to the right, ideally hit it down the left side, and then you're playing to a raised two-tiered green. Oh, nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
Good lie in the fairway. A good chance to make something happen here. Frank, what a turn of events here.
You're absolutely right, Rich. This round started off completely on the wrong foot. But he's managed to somehow keep his composure and turn this round completely in the other direction.
Made par yesterday. This one for birdie.
Oh, that birdie has to feel even better, Rich, with everything so tight at the top.
Right in the middle of a Donnybrook at this point. Heading for home now, Frank, the par 3 14, just under 180 yards. What's the key here?
Well, it's rather narrow at the front there. There's 3 bunkers, but it's the second 2 that you really worry about that narrow the front of the screen up. Plus, the front is slightly raised, so ideally you want it to fly it more towards the middle where it starts to widen up. Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Pretty good shot right there. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Good roll, solid. That's a par. Now at the 15th at Royal Troon Golf Club, 483-yard par 4. This, Frank, is one of the hardest holes in the course.
It's certainly a stout par 4 at that distance. If you're playing it into a head breeze, then 260 yards is certainly going to be a big tee shot. But 260 yards takes all the bunkers out of play.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Appears to be tracking well. On the green, and a chance for a birdie. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
He has this for par. That's a solid par. Still in it, Frank. Frank, here's the only par 5 on the back 9 at Royal Troon.
You'd think at 542 yards it would be reachable, but the burn that cuts across really limits the tee shot to about 280 yards. So it's very much about placing that second shot in a good distance for your third.
In the 1997 Open Championship here at Royal Troon, you played with Tiger Woods in the 3rd round. What did he do at this 16th hole?
He hit a driver for his second shot into a head breeze from about 270 yards. Managed to get it on the green, then knocked it in from about 45 feet for eagle.
You knew he was something special back then, didn't you?
Yeah, he was the only one that even tried that shot.
So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, trying for another one today.
And with that birdie, tied at the top.
Final par 3 here at Royal Troon. It's the 17th. And what kind of a hole is it, Frank?
Well, this takes your best long iron shot. Normally plays back into the prevailing breeze. You miss this green on the left, it will run all the way down the hill. The bunkers might look short, but if your tee shot isn't hit properly, it'll puff up into that breeze and certainly find a pot bunker.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. And getting ready for the putt. That's a par, but that is also second place.
That's right. Birdies are being made elsewhere.
Frank, the right fairway bunker ruined Greg Norman's chance at the 1989 Open Championship here at Royal Troon.
Yeah, pulled out driver, and there's one bunker down the right side. Hit a perfect tee shot. What looked like it was perfect. Somehow it managed to run all the way down there and behind the lip. And, of course, the rest is history.
Frank, obviously here at 18, you do not want to be long.
Yeah, err on the side of caution here. You're exactly right. You'd rather be 30 feet short of this flag than 30 feet over the back of the screen, because it might just be out of bounds.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. That's good work right there. Just a tap in. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Grabs a share of the lead after making par. Frank, that front page of the leaderboard has been looking good all week.
You're exactly right, Rich. I think our winner is certainly going to come from that list right now. I'm excited for tomorrow's final round.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Charity Invitational. And now we go down to the first hole. Well, partner, you've been there. Final round, first tee, and you're leading. What's the mindset?
Well, Rich, you've got to try and keep away from what a lot of people do, which is one eye looking forward and one eye looking at the rear vision mirror. Right now, it's about getting off to a good, solid start. Put some space between you and the pack.
Trying not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Doing whatever he wants with that golf ball. Moving it left, moving it right, hitting it straight when it's called for. He's doing it all.
Great start.
Frank, they call this second hole Black Rock. They also call it the most heavily bunkered hole on the entire course. What do you have to do to stay away from that?
Well, it plays in the same direction as the first hole. So the prevailing breeze normally off the right. Some bunkers in play either side. Really just let the ball go to ground, let it run out. There's 11 bunkers in total on the second hole.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Well, how about this start? Birdie to open the round. Frank, looking at the third, what are the sort of key decisions that you have to make?
There's two bunkers down the left. They're not really the issue. They're the burn. That's about 285 yards. This is not a hole, really. You just take the driver out and swing away. Just something that stays up short of that's just going to leave you a short iron in.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Birdie putt coming up. The par on this hole yesterday. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Those keep the round going, those par putts. Hole number 4, Frank, can you cut the corner on the tee shot on this dog leg right par 5?
Well, Rich, you have to guarantee you can carry the ball at least 280 yards. That bunker that protects that side is the big problem if you go down the right.
Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Getting set for this next shot from the rough. What does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing. Great shot out of the rough. He avoided all the troubles just to get that on the green.
That was not an easy shot. He'll settle. Frank, this is the kind of start every player wants.
Yeah, swinging it well. Certainly hit the ball in the right place there, and, yep, good thing, too. He's actually putting well.
From 200 yards away. Frank, still relatively early in the round, but given what we've seen so far, this could be a heck of a golf round.
Yeah, right now, everything's just going according to plan. It's like he's playing on all 8 cylinders. So really, you're just trying to get out of your own way.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Looks like he just misread that. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Par here's fine, isn't it, Frank? Now to the 601-yard behemoth par 5, 6th hole. You can pay the steep price here, Frank, for a mistake.
You can. You can't reach this green with your tee shot, so there's no reason to even try. A good drive, if it bounds down the right side and will eventually go left, would perhaps give you a chance to reach this par 5 and 2. But this is one tee shot to concentrate on. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Into the thick stuff. That's a difficult lie. About 110 yards to the flagstick, and that's where the hole is, right at the bottom of it. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Birdie try up next. Now this for birdie. Came away with par in the previous round. Ooh, that hurts.
Now, putt for par.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. He'll take par and move on. Ball's teed up, ready to fly here at the 7th.
Yeah, it's a slight elevated tee, so you see all the problems in front of you. A couple of bunkers down the left, 2 down the right, but it's links golf, so you know where you've got to go. That's in between them.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Now a 7-footer. really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. Back to the action here as we get ready to tee off at the par 3 8th.
Yeah, 5 bunkers surround this green that's perched up. The 2 really to avoid are on the right side. They're incredibly deep pot bunkers.
Frank missed the green off the tee.
Yeah, but this is certainly a tricky little shot coming up here at the par 3.
Been this way all day. Airtight, no mistakes, solid shot.
And yet another green in regulation.
Okay, no problem with that one. Ready to go here at the 9th at Royal Troon Golf Club. 423 yards. What are you looking to do with this one, Frank?
Well, it's another one that's a dogleg left. It's called the Monk, actually, because it faces the village of Monktown. 1 bunker on the left, 285 yards to carry that. But it's not that you're trying to carry it. It's you're trying to cut the ball off that.
Frank not close, but from that line, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich. This is an awkward length.
Frank, we have said it over and over. Another birdie. Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the second 9.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going?
That's been the story of the day, hacking it out of the rough.
Gonna have grass stains on the shoes come the end. Rich, do you think we should tell him this fairway out there?
Yeah, he's been in the rough all day long. So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait, and at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Settles in over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, if you needed a reminder as to just how difficult this 11th hole is, none other than Jack Nicklaus had his problems here.
Yeah, he turned pro in 1962. He just won the US Open at Oakmont, and then he came to Troon, and on the 11th hole, he made a 10. That's right, double digits.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster. Instead, see a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Pretty good shot right there. Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. That is a solid par putt. Back here at the 12th, and this is a hole that heads back towards the water. You might not see your tee shot land over the ridge in the middle of the fairway here, Frank, so what's the best strategy?
Well, it's called the fox, and you have to be cunning like a fox here. This one has a slight bend to the right, and a little like the previous hole, this is another fairway that certainly requires your best tee shot. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
How about that shot? From that lie to get it that close, tremendous effort. These putts keep the round together. A great roll right there. Just a pure stroke right in the heart. Frank, break down the par 4 13 for us.
Another par 4 that bends to the right. Lots of undulation on this fairway. This is the first of 6 straight holes that head in the direction of the clubhouse. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frank, golf may be the best sport to follow from this standpoint. You can get closer to the great athlete in golf than you can in any other sport. You could stand 5 feet from Tiger Woods at a tee box as he's getting ready to drive. I mean, that's really unusual in sports.
Yeah, it's a different type of spectator sport, especially if you follow your favorite player all the way around the golf course. Because it's not like waiting for your favorite hitter in a baseball game. You know, you've got to wait several innings. You can literally see him hit every single shot, drive through to putt.
And getting ready for the putt. Good putt. Frank, what kind of par 3 is the 14th here?
Well, you can get sucked in here. Just 180 yards, which isn't considered that long. But if you look too much at the front of the green, you're going to see that's where the protection is.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here. It's that sneaky distance.
Tough game, Frank. You can hit 300-yard drives and miss 3-foot putts.
Yeah, there's the ecstasy, and that's the agony.
Just a couple of feet. That's a bogey, but still in the lead.
We start to see shots in hand really valuable.
Now at the 15th at Royal Troon Golf Club, 483-yard par 4. This, Frank, is one of the hardest holes in the course.
It's certainly a stout par 4 at that distance. If you're playing it into a head breeze, then 260 yards is certainly going to be a big tee shot. But 260 yards takes all the bunkers out of play.
Now playing the second.
This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. It's a master class in short game.
Our attempt here. Those keep the round going, those par putts.
Hey, what's up?
The back nine here at Royal Troon has only one par 5.
Very
Here it is, Frank.
At 542 yards, you'd think it's reachable, but that burn cuts in at 280 yards, so it means you have to lay back. But I remember back in 1997, playing alongside Tiger Woods, and he still managed to get it onto the green from behind the burn. It was some shot.
You knew at that point he was something special.
He certainly was. He then knocked it in from 40 feet for an eagle 3.
And from the fairway for his second shot.
So if I bogey the next 2 and sink birdies the next
Ready for
2.
his third shot. Needs to hit this close. See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie.
Oh.
Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold. Very bold.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Continues to roll it very well all day long.
Lead now, dude. I get double bogey the next two, and
Frank, now to the hole they call Rabbit.
Just a tie. I can't really
par
lose
3.
unless I get
I don't know why it's called Rabbit, because this is certainly some tough par 3. Green sits up a little bit. There's a big roll-off on the left side, well bunkered. This takes a brilliant long iron shot just to keep it on the ground.
Setting up for an approach shot here. This won't hurt him, Frank.
Just a little left of the flag.
Just because I said
That's fine.
He'll be pretty happy with that one. About 20 feet away, in a good spot.
I told you to.
And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. Oh, I thought he had that. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it.
I went about 31 or 32
So a tester
holes
from 4 feet.
straight without bogeying, and I did it twice.
In this situation, Richard, bogey's not all that bad. Still has the lead.
Still a 5-shot lead with 1 hole remaining.
Frank, how does this 18th hole here at Royal Troon stack up against some of the other finishing holes in major championship golf?
Quadruple bogey.
Richard's a stout par 4, 464 yards, so it's sort of in the ilk of Muirfield or Royal St. George's finishing hole. And they've had some great 18th holes in Open Championships. This is actually called Craig End. It's the name of the old farm that was demolished at the turn of the century. So the 18th hole, it's certainly grown up and it's flourished to more than a farm.
Frank, this is a hole, number 18, where you don't want to be in a hurry to get to the clubhouse.
Yeah, there's out of bounds just off the back of this green, so you might want to keep that in the back of your mind. Don't go long.
Yeah, OB is just steps from the clubhouse. Just trying to make clean contact from the rough.
I think I was over here the last round, too.
Well, that's a smart shot. A lot of people would have tried to be a little more heroic from there, but there was no need.
Back on the fairway, back in play. Okay, good shot on the dance floor.
Awesome. But don't matter.
To win the Charity Invitational. So not his best work. He'll walk away with a bogey. That has to feel so good. A big championship victory.
That's what I'm talking about. I finally won one again. Yeah, give me my money. Give me my money. I was only 2 under that second round, or that last round. And that's because I bogeyed 3 times in the second 9. I bogeyed 3 bogeys. I was 5 under in that round. I'm 10th in the FedEx Cup playoff points, huh? Interesting. 10th place. Poor Phil Mickelson, no love in this game. They don't even have Tiger Woods in this at all, do they? Oh shoot, they do. Oops, that's not what I want. So long, everybody.